Hello, I'm MaryDimel, and I'm very excited to be here today to talk to you about a nonprofit organization right here in Brevard. In fact, Brevard's in the name. It's called Friends of Children of Brevard. So I'm a child advocate volunteer. In order to explain to you what Friends of Children does, a nonprofit that supports the child advocate volunteers, I'm going to tell you about my very first case. So I had a case. It was right before Christmas. Two little boys were assigned to me. One was 4 and one was 6. And they put them in separate foster homes. So they were separated, first from their parents and then from each other. So I went to see the 4-year-old at the foster mother's house. After they ate, I said to my little 4-year-old, just 4 years old, "Could you show me your room?" So I took his hand and we went up the stairs. And on the way up, he says to me, "I have another mommy. And her name is," and he gave me her first and last name, which I thought he must have been thinking about how to say this for a while. And the poor child, being just barely 4, probably thought there'd been some terrible mistake and he had been plucked out of his home and put with a different mommy. Can you imagine? I couldn't tell him he was going to be with his mommy again because I didn't know. This case was just starting. He had been removed because of drug abuse in his family. So the home was unsafe for either boy. So in this case, the parents had to go to drug treatment, and they had to go to parenting classes and do things to be ready to get their children back. It took them a while, like a year, to get there. And finally, they got the kids back. So I went to visit them in the home, and the boys were sleeping on the floor, and I thought, this is not good. So I called Friends of Children. They provided not only the beds, but they said, "Mary, you should get beddings too. They may not have pillows and blankets and sheets and those kinds of things." So Friends of Children got all of that for these 2 little boys. And the parents were very happy too. And then at the end, there was a picture I had taken of them, and the father had it blown up for me and had the kids write something on the back. Although they're much older now, they're in their 20s, and I still talk to them on Facebook. So Friends of Children has helped me through my 20 years of doing this job many, many times. And everyone at Friends of Children are volunteers. Nobody is paid. And I'll tell you, it's a tremendous job. So I'll tell you, if you decide to do any of these things, to become a child advocate volunteer, or volunteer with Friends of Children, or just make a donation, or, we have a fundraiser every year. It's a superhero run, and it's done out of the Avenues of Vieira every spring. We have over 700 runners. Most people dress up in costume. So if you want to do something, you put on your cape and your running shoes and you go out with us. And I'll tell you, whether you donate, you run, you can walk to, you volunteer as a child advocate, it's going to bring joy and comfort to so many children, and you get all that back. You feel that same way too for having help. So I recommend that you do one of those things today, and I guarantee you'll be glad you did. Thank you very much.